When working with meetings, as the meeting creator, simply select it from the list of meetings within the project management module. The first task we should complete when using a meeting is to mark the people that have been invited as attended. Simply looking at the invitees panel, you can simply select the little radio button to mark attended. Here I'm going to mark that everyone invited has attended the meeting. Next, we can update the meeting descriptions. Simply hovering over the initial meeting description or the pencil icon, we can now update or change the meeting description. We also have the ability to update the time, date, and the meeting location. Meeting descriptions can also be updated and added as required. When working with the meetings, it's split into topics and items. You can see under the meeting discussion section, we have a range of topics. Within each topic, we then have a list of items that we need to discuss. These items can be rearranged and dragged by hovering over the particular item and using the move symbol to drag and drop as required. It may also be required that we need to assign this particular meeting item to a particular attendee. Hovering over the item displays the plus sign on the left hand side. Selecting this plus sign, we can now choose the assignee section. By selecting this item, we can then assign this to a particular student within the meeting. Here I'm going to assign the architectural model changes task needs to be assigned to Connor Tyler. Simply clicking outside the box will then assign that item to the student. Additional assignees can also be added as required. Here I'm going to add an additional assignee for each of the tasks. Within each task, we can also assign a particular due date. Simply selecting the plus sign, choosing the due date will allow us to pick a calendar entry for that particular item. When working with the meeting items, any item not closed will be carried through to a follow-up meeting. Here I'm going to say that the system model changes has been closed and actioned. We can also add a meeting summary if required. Once we have completed the meeting, we can simply choose the mark as minutes. This will lock the meeting and will only allow the organizer to update and change any of the items. To do this, simply mark as minutes. This will mark the meeting as minutes. The status of the item you will now see has changed to blue. This will denote that it is now meeting minutes as the meeting has taken place. If we wish to create a follow-up meeting, we can select the button on the top of the screen. Here this will create a follow-up meeting and open tasks will be carried forward. Here I'm going to set this for next week and click create. You will notice that the meeting number has now changed to number 2. We can also export this. Simply select the export button and it will create a PDF export of our meeting agenda and minutes. As a non-organizer of the meeting, you will see that when you select the meeting, we don't have any edit control over this particular meeting. Only organizers of the particular meeting will be allowed to reopen it and update and change any of the meeting discussion topics or items.